What's good everyone, it's Zigzag here, welcome back to another Geoguessr video, and today is episode 2 of you guys deciding what I do on my second account on Geoguessr Duels. So if you're not in the loop, I'm going to do whatever the previous video's top comment says, no matter how crazy it is. And this episode is definitely crazy, because as you can see at the top here, we're going to be doing duels, but we can only guess in countries without official coverage. So no ocean guessing, just in countries without official coverage. Of course, we're playing at 600 rating at the moment, we're trying to work our way up into the gold division, but at this kind of disadvantage, it's gonna be difficult. One thing I forgot to mention quickly is, of course, you should go down to the comments and comment what you want to see in the next episode. Don't forget that I can do things like upside down, blurred, part of the screen obstructed, blink mode, anything you want to see like that, it can be done. So guys, get creative, go upvote the one you want to see, and let's get straight into guessing countries with only unofficial coverage. There are certain countries, like in Africa, where we're at a big advantage as well, so it really depends on what kind of rounds we get here. We've got the Ice Spice avatar here on the first round, okay? Let's see what happens here on round 1, and we have blink mode enabled here. Okay, here we go, Swede Bank. I think we might be in Sweden here, and that is not particularly good news, or this could actually be... Yeah, I think it is Sweden. Regardless, we have to guess in a country without official coverage, and there's no good options nearby. Belarus, I think we're counting it as not having official coverage, even though there is a tiny bit in Minsk, because realistically, we're talking about Streetview here, and there's no Streetview inside Belarus, and it was actually Tallinn there. Okay, that made sense why it felt a bit weird. We made the best possible guess there, because nothing else was really going to work, and our opponent, Ice Spice there, making a really, really nice guess. Next one here is looking a bit better, might be like Mexico or something, so there's definitely countries we can go in for there. We're playing no moving here. Is this Asia, actually? I think that looks like Chinese or something. So, must be Japan here, I guess, with the Generation 2 camera. Very strange round. I would say North Korea is probably the easiest shout then. We'll just go for that, because it's probably, it should actually be Japan, and it is actually there. We're going to be closer, which is great. We're on the board here. Obviously, South Korea wasn't going to work because that has official coverage. So this is also a good one if you guys are a bit more new and you want to know what countries never to guess. Well, this is also those ones. Okay, this should be like Austria or something here. Ultimately, the best guess is just going to be Bosnia, I would imagine. So let's go for that. It could actually be a few other countries around Austria as well. But I'm pretty sure this is the best guess possible. Could actually be Italy as well, maybe even like France, Belgium or something. It's a very difficult round, to be fair. This is a fun location as well, actually. Maybe Vatican could have been an option here, and it was actually Belgium there. Our opponent does not guess. Yeah, I kind of got a Belgium vibe with that, all that cornfields there. But of course, we're fairly far away. Was there a better option there? I don't think so. Oh, but Kyrgyzstan. This is perfect here. Okay, guys, let's get straight into the map here. Obviously, we're going straight for the guess. We have to pick a country without official coverage. Obviously, Kazakhstan's going to do the job there. So I think this should be a win, unless our opponent knows the number plates, and he goes in Belize even. So he's playing the same challenge. Okay, so that was a good win there. I can definitely see that if it was just some American round, we would have been in big trouble. But we come out with the first one there. That's really good. Next one, we're against Mikau and the Pole, and we got Poles next to us here. So let's see if we can interpret those. Do you like that? Do you like that? Give it a like for that little transition there, surely. Okay. This is Montenegro, which I think is good because we can go Bosnia. Or even Kosovo, working very nicely here, and just call it a day there. So yeah, that's actually working perfectly. I guess technically I'm saying that Kosovo is an independent country because Serbia does have coverage, but hey, I'm not starting anything political here. We're saying it is because I think Geoguessr counts it as different anyway. And Bosnia would probably be just as good, and Kosovo was indeed the right choice there. He goes for Croatia, and yeah, it's going to be 900 points off the bat there, so that's a nice little guess. The Thai Goat coming through with a good one. Oh no, America's is bad, generally speaking. So this should be, oh, it's Northern Mariana Islands, I think, here. Concrete Pulse or Guam, actually. Guam's no good news. Guam's terrible news, actually. So he's not going to know it either as a silver player. I think Palau is the best here. What is this? What does this belong to? I can't tell what that actually belongs to, but it's not, I don't think it's America, so we can go there. I think that's the best thing we can do. I don't know who owns this either. But I would say it could be America, so I'll stay away from guessing. I'm going to go like that, and indeed it was Guam there. We're not too far away, 800 kilometers, so it's a good amount of damage there. And our opponent goes US, which is, he got the right country, but obviously not many points. And our opponent is very confused by our guess. Sorry, Mikau. Okay, next one here feels like very much like Phoenix, Tucson, something like that, Albuquerque, something like that. This is terrible though. We have to guess very far away. Probably Honduras is the best guess here, I would imagine. I don't see anything better, actually, so I'm just going to go straight for it here. Honduras, obviously, no official coverage in this section of the world. And maybe Bahamas would have been better here. They're pretty evenly bad here. So our opponent will get an advantage on this one, surely, if he figures out that it's going to be somewhere in the US, which he should. And he actually goes in Australia there. It was very dry, but obviously our guess is not the best here, so... It's been a funny duel so far, even though we're flawlessing in him. It's just a case of guessing quickly being a really good tactic against people who aren't experienced at GeoGuessr. Okay, here we have like a flag antenna. This is probably Bulgaria, I would imagine. Could be Hungary or something like that as well. It's a Bulgarian poll. Okay, so Bulgaria. I think the play is to go Kosovo here. Alternatively, like Bosnia also works, but we'll go Kosovo because that's closer. But yeah, that's a pretty difficult round, this one, if you don't know your metas. I imagine he'll go Europe, but beyond that, I don't expect many points here from our friend Mikau here, based on the last guesses, but we shall see. And yeah, he goes in Russia. That's unfortunate. Wrong side of Bulgaria for our liking, but it's still going to be enough to take him out there. So again, moving up here, we'll just play no moving, panning, or zooming now. See how that goes, because I think blink mode might be still a bit extreme for this. But okay, the Thai goat getting very close to a little bit of that sweet gold division here. And we have some like Ulyanovsk polls here. So obviously that would lead us to guess somewhere around here. So I guess Kazakhstan is the right play here. We'll go for that. Regardless, it's definitely Russia, although I could be in the wrong section of Russia here. These red and white painted polls, they're very common in the Ulyanovsk-Samara region. Nevertheless, these do look a little bit different to the normal ones, so we'll see if I'm right about that or not. And it was Saransk there. Yeah, I think I've seen that in Saransk, but to be fair, very close to Ulyanovsk there. And our opponent does not guess, unsurprisingly. So yeah, it's a bit rough here when you put the pressure on these lower-rated opponents. I do feel a little bit bad, but this one's a hard round for NMPZ. Looks like we might have some Chinese there, so could this be maybe like some Taiwanese tracker? In which case, obviously, China's going to work nicely here, and we just go here because it literally could be Kinmen County, so this might be a 5k. And it was Hong Kong, so technically speaking, you know, somewhat the same country these days, but yeah, we got the 2-rounder here. That's just a bit unfortunate. 9 points there. Our opponent was only 400 rated or something, so we should be up into the gold division on our next round after we beat him again, presumably. We'll see about that. There are certain areas of the world, like the middle of US is terrible to get. Australia is terrible to get, so it is possible to be beaten, of course. As I speak, this one is kind of difficult. I think it's a Peruvian pole top here. It gets a bit thicker with the sign post. And so the best option is probably going to be Guyana or more likely Paraguay here. Yeah, that's going to be decent here. I think it's actually northern Peru, so actually Panama was much closer here, or at least a decent amount closer. And if you didn't know, Panama is going to be getting Streetview coverage soon. They're still driving the cars there, so I'm very keen to see when it's going to come out, but it should be soon. And they may even release it with the Germany coverage, which is coming this month, so it's all kind of exciting. Next one here, and NPZ's kind of difficult. What are all these black water tanks everywhere? After looking for a little bit, I think it's actually Greece because of the wooden poles here, but I couldn't actually discount Israel as being possible. I think it's Greece though, so obviously Kosovo again here, the correct choice. Actually, Cyprus almost making an appearance here, but I think that's only really viable for Turkey, and it was Israel or West Bank there. Very interesting. I had the complete wrong vibe there. Very interesting with all those black water tanks everywhere. That was very, very cool, very cool. But the next one here feels, I mean, we've made bad guesses so far. Our opponent could have knocked us out. The next one here is going to be somewhere in, I would imagine, Pakistan. And Pakistan's in a country we're actually allowed to guess, technically, because it doesn't have Street View. But given that I don't think that's really in the spirit of the game, I will go somewhere in Afghanistan here. We'll see if we're correct about that. And it was Lahore there, which is very common to get. And of course, our opponent's guess in India here is not too bad, so definitely a better showing from our opponent this time. He's turning up the heat, shall we say. And the next one here is not an easy round, I think. My first thought was Argentina. Now I think it's probably like Bulgaria or something like that, but it's actually not easy to tell. I mean, regardless, I think it's Eastern Europe, so... Oh, that's a bit of a hedgerow. Could this be... I don't know, it can't be the UK. It's a very strange round here. I don't even know where I'd instinctively go. Could this be Brazil? I don't think so. I don't think the poles fit Brazil at all. I mean, Argentina was my first thought, but I don't think you'd ever see a hedgerow like this. So, yeah, I think I would just go in the center of Bosnia and give up here. So let's see what it actually is. And it was Turkey. Okay, wow, what an interesting Turkey. I don't know why it didn't come to mind there. I think it was the hedgerow completely throwing me off there. But the whole Istanbul region is very interesting, and our opponent was Turkish there. So it does make sense that we are going down on that round. This one is Spain, and I imagine so anyway. Yeah, it's a very weird kind of speed sign for Spain there. Am I wrong here? Could this be Italy? Maybe. In which case, I mean, I could see Italy actually working quite nicely here. Maybe we go Vatican here. I think actually regardless here, Vatican's probably the best shot, because if it's Spain, I mean, we'd probably go like Morocco or something like that. But I'm going to try that here. Is this just a weird Spanish sign? Oh, it's a Portuguese sign. That makes sense. So ultimately, yeah, we could be much closer here in Morocco. He also goes in Italy here, so that's fine. We're going to do a bit more damage. But yeah, that was a bit of a poor one. I mean, it had such a weird font. I think that's not the normal font for Portugal. Or maybe normally Portugal's easy to guess, so I just don't really know what font they use over there. Anyway, next one here, going to be somewhere in Thailand. We're going to have to guess Myanmar here, I imagine. And it kind of feels central to me, so I'll just go like this. Vietnam's also possible as the best guess here. I think actually maybe closer to the Vietnam side here. I'm going to try that. I think it's probably nearish Bangkok, maybe in this kind of region here. So, I mean, I'm curious. And, okay, it was just Bangkok indeed. Myanmar would have easily been the better chat. I'm not really sure why I didn't go down here. But our opponent guessed that it's Thailand, probably found the language, which is good. So we have a really close duel here, the closest to the game so far. Taiwan is good for us because we can just go China. We're instantly close here. And yeah, that should just be fine here. So yeah, definitely Taiwan, an advantageous country to get, even though like we're clicking across an ocean, it's relatively a short distance. So yeah, I imagine we'll knock him out here unless he gets a really inspired Taiwan call, which he may when he sees the Chinese. It's possible. But let's see here. And okay, yeah, he doesn't guess in time. That doesn't surprise me. When you're 400 rated, it's very difficult to recognize these places quickly, especially if you don't know meta. But there we go. Okay, it was 8 points. Oh no, we're 1 point away. Damn. I mean, okay, that's fine. We'll probably play him again here or something. But I'm definitely enjoying it. Like this is an interesting challenge. It's definitely not easy. We're against Vin Diesel here, or Din Diesel. I like the name. Very good, very good. And we had a Frenchman as our opponent here. It looks like we're in Britain, which is not great. I mean, where can you really click for Britain that's actually working nicely here? I don't think there's any good options. Am I missing anything here? I don't think so. And there are no micronations that don't have coverage around here. So the best might be Liechtenstein. This is terrible. This is a bad start. I don't see anything better, right? Liechtenstein is literally the best option here. Oh my goodness, this is bad. And our opponent gets it by clicking London. Oh no. So there we go. This is finally the start that the silvers needed. And it's only 2,000 points to be fair, so we're not too bad here. And here we are in Finland. Again, a terrible country to get. We have to go fast here. This is an instant Belarus click and just hope for the best, because there's no other options up here. All these countries have full coverage, so, and even Belarus is kind of arguable because it sounds like a tiny bit in the center of the city with the Trekker. And okay, our opponent goes in Russia there, very reasonable, and actually closer than us again here, so a scary start here, a scary start. You must be thinking, what's going on with that Liechtenstein guess on London? But okay, next one here. It's Japan. I think this is another North Korea click. It does feel like more southern Japan as well, so yeah, I'm pretty sure. I mean, we couldn't really click anywhere else because Russia has coverage and China would be best after that. And it did look a lot like South Korea there. So I understand our opponent's guess there, but that was a big opportunity to do damage to us, which fortunately we've negated there. Okay, next one here feels like maybe Mexico, although we have round poles, so maybe I'm completely missing this. It's weird, like, could it be anything else here? I thought it was just Mexico. Okay, what else can we actually see here? Do we see a Mexican electricity counter or anything like that? I don't think we do. Actually, this pole seems to be Mexican, so I'd trust it here. I'm going to go Honduras. I think it's the best guess we can make here. Let's take a look around. And it was Mexico City there. Big damage, guys. Big damage. Okay, we are on the ropes for the first time in this video. 1,000 to 6,000, and Din Diesel is playing nicely. Okay, but we get a good country. Here's some Thailand, but we have flags everywhere. So I thought this was northern Thailand near Chiang Mai. We didn't have any palms nearby, so I feel like it's a good guess. I even think, like, yeah, actually, it's a really great guess there. So that's going to be some damage back on our side here. Decent guess from the opponent. Obviously, having the flag there helped massively. Otherwise, we could have knocked him out. But we get Asia again, luckily. If we got UK again, it would have been over. This one should be Cambodia with those bollards, so I guess Vietnam, which is a country that used to have coverage. Did you know that, guys? It used to have bike coverage in the major cities, but it got deleted about a year and a half ago, or a year ago, basically. So yeah, hasn't showed up in one of my videos in a long time. And there we go. It was all the way in Western Cambodia there, and we take the win, which is great. We get up to the gold division here. And I guess we'll do a few in the gold division just to see what the opponents are like. Because this is now going to be a challenge. This is now going to be a real challenge, guys. I think the gold division opponents really do have a chance to beat us. And Sasha from Germany is our first opponent here. Very good. I think, like, Asia is just a fantastic place to get because half the countries don't have coverage, whereas Europe is very scary a lot of the time. I was going to go India there, but I think I'll actually go in Myanmar because that officially doesn't have coverage, whereas even though this region of India doesn't have coverage, it does actually have coverage. So there we go. Let's see it. And it was indeed Western Bangladesh there. Not too much we could have done there. Nepal actually would have technically been closer, but ultimately they're pretty even guesses. And here we have some Australia. Oh no, sound the alarm bells. This is bad. This is a bad start. Oops, I accidentally looked around. It doesn't really matter anyway. We can't guess close anyway. I think New Caledonia is the best shout here. That's probably the closest we can get. Maybe Papua New Guinea could be closer here in some circumstances. Lord Howe Island and Burnt Pine, Norfolk Island, both belong to Australia there. Argentina, I guess, actually makes a lot of sense there, but of course we are closer indeed. It's just near Sydney there. Okay, that was bad. This one also has potential to be bad. It should be Northern Argentina, which is actually good because we can just go Paraguay here. So this is actually like a 5K kind of guess, I think, if it is indeed Argentina. It is. And the reason I knew here was because we have these kind of poles, like the kind of A-frame, big concrete ones. They're not found in Brazil. So with this red soil, you should always be in the Misiones province here, which makes life nice and easy. And yeah, we're going to do big damage there, obviously. So bring in Sasha down to low health here. This is good. The Thai goat is proving a bit much here, but Geoguessr does not want me to win today because this is another Australia. Fortunately, it's Darwin, so we can actually get pretty close here. This is the best place in Australia to possibly get, because we're actually close to Timor and to Indonesia here. So this is actually basically the perfect Australia round, and still, we're going to be like, what, 500 kilometers at least away? Probably more than that, I imagine. 600, 700 kilometers away. So let's see, am I right about that? It's 600 kilometers, yeah. So there we go. That's obviously knockout damage. Feel a bit bad for Sasha there, but hopefully now we get a higher rated gold opponent because I want to see someone who can take me down. But it's just going to be Tomek this time, the first round's bad for us, though. It's probably got a flag there, probably a Swedish flag, and we have to go Belarus, so that's pretty average. We'll give him a wave back here, and I think this is going to be the last one. If we don't get defeated here, I think we're going to call it a day, or we could do one on Blink. I think we'll do one on Blink, actually, because I'm kind of curious to see if we can win it on there. That would actually be quite extreme. But okay, it was actually in Finland there. I thought it might be a Swedish flag. It was not. Our opponent makes a decent guess in Latvia, so does do some damage there. Good for him. Next one here in the US. Terrible, terrible round for us. Or is it New Zealand? That's also equally as bad, I feel. What's the closest to New Zealand here? I think it's actually New Caledonia again. Actually, this is Australia here. So Burnt Pine, Norfolk Island is actually the best shout. And we might not be that far because I kind of got a North Island vibe here. I think it's actually south. I don't know what this is. This is very, like, strange New Zealand. Very dry. So maybe it is just north. Yeah, it's outside of Auckland there. Our opponent goes Australia, so we're actually closer there with our Australia guess, which is good. Do not blame him for going Australia. That was a very dry New Zealand. Okay, next one here. Is that a Quebec pole top? Quebec is terrible. Although we can go at least in Saint-Pierre and Miquelon, which is definitely something I wanted to do in this video at least once. Oh no! It has official coverage. Oh no, we have to go Alaska next time. Please don't get a good guess here. Oh no. Okay, that was one thing I didn't consider. Yeah, that's obviously, yeah, Saint-Pierre and Miquelon, if you didn't know, it has coverage. So we're gonna guess Alaska here. I've given him about a minute and a half to look around here and give a good guess. So I'm gonna go in Antarctica now. Let's see if he's still there after a minute and a half and see if he will make a good guess here. Guys, that was a bit of a blunder. I did not think about the official coverage over there. This should be a fairly easy Italy, I imagine. Like, it's pretty clear. We had, like, language right at the start. And, indeed, he gets 1.7 kilometers away. Let's go. Good stuff, Tomek. And this is a very close match now. So, we really screwed up there. Oh, no, it's Europe. Oh, no. This is bad. This is bad. Okay, we instantly go Belarus here. Go, 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 go. Okay, let's see what he sees. Does he see a flag? I think it's Estonia. So he could knock us out here. We have language there. Definitely knowable Estonia if you're an experienced player. I think he's just going to go Baltic or Poland here based on the vibes. And yeah, he goes Lithuania. So good guess there. And we're again pretty close. I wonder if he's noticed that we went the same place twice, because I'm pretty sure on the first round of this one, we did go the same place. Okay, Thailand's great, although Thailand is often very well signed. So we have to go straight for Bangkok here. Let's go in Myanmar there. Let's see what he sees. Is this an easy Thailand? I don't see any flags, to be fair. This could actually be North Thailand as well, in which case we might be in trouble. But I think the Bangkok call is good here. Obviously, it's big damage here, double damage here. This could be, yeah, it's 1.8k, so it's right down to low health here. He goes Cambodia, and we have Japan, which is a pretty neutral country. He probably is likely to know. And oops, I didn't mean to look around there. But North Korea is obviously the best shout here, so it doesn't really make an effect anyway. If he gets Japan, he wins. If he doesn't, he loses. I think that's basically what happens here. So I'm curious. If he goes Tokyo, we might actually be equidistant, because ooh, a nice guess from Tomek there. And to be fair, that would have been like thousands of points of damage, 5k points of damage if he survived to then anyway. So well played to Tomek. I think we're gonna leave the video off there, guys. Now, of course, you gotta go to the comment section, see what the most liked comment is, like the ones that you want to see in the next episode, and I look forward to seeing what ends up happening there, guys. Thank you very much for watching the video, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.